What's happening, y'all? Hey, welcome back to the channel. I'm that guy. I appreciate every single one of y'all for stopping by again. And for the newcomers, hey, housekeeping first, please hit that subscribe button. I appreciate every single one of y'all. Thank you for watching. Also, huge shout out here to my cousin Kevin Hurd, Kevin Hurd Music. You can go find him on Spotify, Apple Music, Pandora. Links are all in the description. Go check him out, download, listen. Awesome stuff, y'all, to include what you hear right now. Also, we're going to be doing the post-race review for MSXC Round 2, as well as going ahead and giving you guys the heads up for our current sponsors for the 2024 year. Yes, after a 15-year break, we finally did. I did my first race in 15 years. Kerry did his first race absolutely ever. But I am going to, we're going to be hitting this hard. And next year we've got a lot of things lined up. We also have some sponsors lined up. I'll give you guys a little bit of insight into that. So without further ado, we will go ahead and jump into this thing. Also, real quick, actually, pause. Just kidding. Real quick too, I do have another video that we'll be releasing tonight at 6 o'clock. It will be the actual race footage from MSXC Round 2 Cup Mountain. It will be the lap one. We only had the one GoPro rocking for this time being until the other one comes in, which is on the way. But regardless, that was not our best lap. We got a heck of a lot quicker on the laps after that. But anyway, you guys will at least get to see what we kind of we're looking at here. Also, I have another video that is going to be the 1-year review on this crf250f. It is only tore down because I'm cleaning it after the race. Nothing broke. Thankfully, everything was all good to go. Anyway, let's jump right into this thing, y'all. Race review, y'all. It was absolutely phenomenal. As I'm sure you guys know, it was at Cup Mountain. Yes. Who you guys are probably familiar with from some of our other videos, one of the other places that we do ride a lot, very local place there. Shout out to those guys, man. Awesome facility. They are always adding new stuff to include, you know, we kind of came into this race being like, oh, you know, this is kind of our home place to ride, you know. I mean, it's about an hour from Cary. It's about 3.5 hours, well, 3 hours from me. But regardless, we came into this, man, looking with our heads up. We were like, okay, you know, we've ridden this place, you know, 3-4 times. We should be okay. You know, we know they've got a good mix of every bit of terrain that you could probably think of, to include whether it be like Florida sand. They had it there. Mud, creek beds, rocks, hills. It was a very fast-paced track, though, from the other weekend. But huge shout out to those guys. Nothing that we raced we ever rode before aside from the main trail. Other than that, everything was pretty much brand new to us. So it kind of slapped us in the face there, you know, going into that thing. But it was an absolute blast, y'all. We did race it in the buddy class, which was the row 10. We raced with, so essentially the lineup went your AA as far as your pros, your A classes, then your B classes, and then it was us on this thing. So it was absolutely insane, y'all. I did not expect for the first race back after 15 years. Jordan Ashburn getting lapped by him, your 2022 XC1 GNCC Pro champion. That was pretty cool, man. Hats off to all those guys, man. A-class, B-class riders, the pros out there, man. Those guys were absolutely blazing. We had an absolute blast. We did finish 10th in the class. So that was a heck of a lot better than what we expected for the first year back after 10 years. Learned a lot of stuff, man, about number one, out of shape. Yeah. So could have went ahead and counted that one in the beginning before this video, but knew that. But it was an awesome time, y'all. We hit every single terrain possible, y'all. Like I said, from whether it be sandy areas, with these berms, man. A lot of this stuff tight, going over roots and stuff like that, was just packed with sand and all. It's kind of crazy to see it. Strategically placed, I will give them that. Also, you know, you had your mud, you had your very fast-paced sections, a lot of your straightaways. You had a little bit of single track in there, not too much. Some of the single track that was placed was a lot of uphills. I will tell y'all, we did race with myself and Carrie. We did have the crf250fs. Yes, we raced this with our trail bikes. Not unheard of course, but everybody always, I've had a couple of negative Nancy's and stuff out here saying, you know, oh, why are you putting all this time and money into it? It's not a race bike. You know, why didn't you go buy you one? Well, because if I want one, I will go buy me one. And I'm not going to say what our future plans are. I released it in a video probably about a month or so ago. We do have another bike in store as well to sit next to our 250F, our other 125s we've got sitting here. So yeah, we do this because not many people have modified these 250Fs. Kerry went out here racing his with just a 48 tooth rear sprocket and handlebar risers. That's it. Mine, if you've missed any of the other footage, is nothing stock at all, except for probably the internals of this motor and the wheels. Other than that, you guys will find everything on the prior videos. I also do have a 1-year review video, like I mentioned before, that will be coming out on absolutely everything, the pros, the cons, all of it. So stay tuned for that as well. Back to the actual race though. This bike, it did absolutely phenomenal, y'all. These uphill sections, man, from seeing two strokes, you guys will see in this footage too, by the way. Not to kind of change subjects a little bit, but you'll see, man, a lot of bottlenecks and stuff, some hill climbs, stuff like that, that got just pretty congested. But I did see, you know, two strokes, whiskey throttle in it, and absolutely bikes getting away from them, things like that as well. This thing tractored up these hills. The strongest area for these bikes was absolutely the hill climbs. These things just absolutely crawled up there, man. And shout out too, man, to my buddy on 739, Carrie. He tractored up them things, man. It was a blast. The straightaways, you know, obviously these race bikes, they're gonna pull on you. They do get you on these straightaways and a lot of that kind of stuff, especially in like the sandy areas and all. My bike, I've got it geared a little bit more towards torque, which did help a lot. The lap that you guys didn't see, when I finally got used to the track, especially in the sandy areas, I was really able to control it, you know, hitting some of these sandy berms, going over top a lot of these roots, things like that, and actually pulled on a couple two strokes. Actually made a pass on a couple Kawasaki's, some of their 450s and their 250s, you know, and that was obviously down to, of course, bike and rider combination. But these things are absolutely trackers, and the torque is not so much. My point being is that the torque is not so much that they get away from you. Like some of these 450s going up hills, things like that, you got to kind of be careful on your throttle, especially when you're dealing with a lot of roots from trees, rock areas, things like that. You kind of got to be pretty generous with them. Regardless, y'all, the bike did absolutely amazing. Way better than I would have ever thought. To even place 10th in the class I was just looking to go out there, have a good time. Even if we placed last place, that was perfectly fine with me. Just from a 15-year break perspective, and no conditioning, no diets, anything like that. I mean, heck, I think he even smashed quite a few beers and stuff the night before. But I was also sick for 4 days before the race. I was actually extremely sick, and I popped a bunch of meds and stuff to try to kill this fever and stuff and the cold that I had off. And luckily, race day, woke up probably about 3 a.m. and I was like, I'm starting to feel a little bit better, and anyway, we got it done regardless, y'all. It was absolute blast. All the guys out there, man, super friendly. If any of you guys have ever thought about entering into as far as cross-country, XC, or enduro-style race, I absolutely urge you guys to. It's a family out there, from racing motocross, you know, bar banging, man, nothing but kick you off your bike, you know, give me my space, you know, this is my line, you're in it, I'm gonna knock you out of my line. To come in here to as far as an XC and doing, you know, this off-road race style, it is an absolute game changer, y'all. You guys will absolutely love it. It's a family out there. Anybody and everybody will help you. I will go ahead and lead into my next point of being as far as our sponsors for 2024. we've got Ogio for as far as our gear bags. We actually, I use a lot of their stuff as far as even for golf and stuff like that. Just kind of my old man sport, which I haven't actually played in a while. But anyway, shout out to them over there at Ogio. Looking forward to that. We have also signed on FocusX Gear. FocusX Gear helping us out here with our gear needs and stuff for the 2024 season and remainder of the 23 season. Huge shout out to those guys. A few buddies that I know that ride, other countries, also locally. They also rock a lot of FocusX gear, so we'll have a lot of reviews coming out for those guys as well here very soon. Once we get our new gear in, should be on the way here pretty soon. Anyway, we've also got Twin Air. Shout out to those guys. They have signed with us here for the 2024 year. Also, we have EVS for our protection. We actually currently rock roosts and chest protectors, things like that, our knee systems from those guys currently as well. They have signed us with 2024. We are planning on hitting a few of the, maybe a couple more of the MSXCs for this winter series. We also plan on, we will be running some NEPG events next year. Can't tell you how many yet. Need to look at kind of the schedule once it gets everything gets panned out. And also GNCC. We will be making a show at GNCC, and not all these events will be ran on the crf250f. Some of them, yes, they will be ran with the 250f, and if it is not myself, it will be Carrie running on the crf250fs. So just to kind of show you guys, these bikes are very well versatile. Don't let anybody just sit there and tell you or harp on you like, oh, it's a trail bike. Why waste your money? It's not a race bike. Well, for half the cost still, you can get out there and compete with these guys. You can absolutely work towards it. You guys will see a lot more stuff in my 1 year review of this bike, of the pros and cons and how to better kind of improve it, especially because I know that the CRF 250Fs, they're starting to really come around now. And the whole point of doing the videos that I do is showing, a lot of people what can be done with these bikes and their potential for still half the cost of a race bike. So just be on the lookout for that. So regardless, guys, in closing with this, hope it wasn't too long-winded. Regardless, y'all, I had an absolute blast. Please stay posted here. 6 o'clock tonight, we will release at least lap 1 of the race footage. It will be out on the dot of 6 o'clock. I appreciate every single one of y'all. This was not a balls to the wall, man. This was not a, I want to make sure that I can, hang with these guys in A class, B class, stuff like that. No, this was just an overall, just have fun event, man. It was an absolute blast. I urge you, if you have not done one, to please get out there, go do one. It's a huge family, huge support system. Shout out to MSXC. Those guys are absolutely amazing. So without further ado, I appreciate every single one of y'all, and we will catch you guys here on the very next go around, coming out at 6 o'clock, and then the 1 year review of this monster right here. I appreciate y'all. I'll catch y'all next go around. See you.